are reminded not to die in the corridors.
If you grew up in the late 90s, that one sentence likely brings back a flood of memories involving bloaty heads, vomit-covered floors, and the frantic search for a competent janitor. Today, we're checking in on a true MS-DOS masterpiece, Bullfrog's Theme Hospital. It's time for another episode of Retrograde, and today we're stepping back into the golden age of MS-DOS. While there are plenty of obscure titles in the archives, I wanted to focus on a personal favourite that I spent countless hours playing and replaying until I finally beat it, Theme Hospital by Bullfrog. Following up the massive success of Theme Park with a hospital simulator was a bold move, but it absolutely worked. In fact, I'd argue it's even better than its predecessor. If you've enjoyed the recent 2 Point series, you might not realise that this is the game that started it all. So let's look at why it was such a hit back in 1997. The game does a brilliant job of turning you into a hospital manager. It starts with a simple tutorial to get the basics running fast. You'll need a reception desk with a friendly face, a GP's office for diagnosis, and a pharmacy for the cures.
Staff announcement, incoming patients with bloaty head.
But things get weird quickly. Soon you're building an inflator room to fix a literal case of bloaty head. You'll also need plenty of toilets to keep the corridors clean and janitors to mop up the inevitable accidents, plus a staff room where your overstressed doctors can finally relax with a game of pool or some TV. But that's just the start. Each level adds a new challenge, like emergencies where a crowd of patients arrive all at once within a strict time limit. If you cure them all in time, your reputation soars. If the timer runs out, well, seeing the Grim Reaper show up to escort a patient away is never a good look for business. Later on, you'll be managing research wings to discover new diseases, and building training rooms to turn rookie staff into genius surgeons. There's a lot to juggle, but the perfect mouse controls and interface make it a piece of hospital cafeteria cake. Dragging and dropping rooms is so simple that the modern 2 Point games still use the same basic system. The only thing missing is a copy and paste tool for rooms, something we'd eventually see as a huge improvement in the newer games. One thing to keep in mind, unlike the modern games, is there's no jumping back and forth between the levels here. Once you finish a hospital and move on, that's it. There are 12 levels in total, and they get pretty tough. Theme Hospital will take you a while to beat in its entirety. My biggest mistake is usually spending money too fast and drowning in bank interest. It's often better to take it slow, turn a few patients away, and wait for those year-end awards to bring in some extra cash. While the modern games have more depth, I think they've lost a bit of the charm that made this original so special.
Staff announcement, patients with the squits are on the way.
Before we wrap up, I have to mention the PlayStation version from 1998. The graphics are noticeably blurrier, which is fine, but the lack of mouse support is a real letdown. Even though a PlayStation mouse existed at this time, you're forced to use a controller here. Plus, the console version has no background music, which really saps the atmosphere. If you want the best experience, stick to the PC original. So, it's time for a score. Given the medical theme, we're rating this from 1 to 5 stethoscopes. Theme Hospital gets a 4 out of 5. It's held up remarkably well, and is just as addictive today as it was all those years ago. It's not obsolete, it's a classic. You can find it on GOG for less than a £5, or check out the open source project Core6TH, which lets you play in high resolution and widescreen, as long as you provide the original source files. Did you play this one back in the day, or did you start with the 2 Point series? Let me know in the comments. I have plenty more DOS classics coming up, so stay tuned to why you should play so you don't miss them. Until next time, take care.
Receptionist has been asked to leave. Receptionist is leaving.